What's up guys, this is a true review of The Sheep, an upcoming cooperative survival game where you and your fellow shepherds escort caravans across dangerous lands, fending off waves of mutant sheep and leveling up your characters along the way. Alright, this one's a bit of a doozy, so buckle in. On paper, I'd say the theme was definitely interesting. Shepherds with strange powers are guiding precious and vulnerable caravans against these crazy mutated sheep that are coming out each night. And the art is colorful and unique and definitely haunting, but beyond that, the immersion really just doesn't hold for me. The world feels loosely skinned with caravans hauling super vague cargo, powers that don't tie strongly into the narrative, and the gameplay moves at such a crawl that neither you nor your teammates feel fully pulled into the danger at any given time. So while the concept is cool, the art and theme don't really pull me in and the immersion just isn't there. I will say, as far as replayability goes, that there is some variability through each player's unique branching skill tree that lets you unlock new powers as you level up, and there is a decent pile of equipment to sift through. But when comparing most upgrades, it felt like there were obvious choices, and the core loop of the game, which is escorting caravans and batting away sheep, doesn't really evolve. Once you've seen the items and the characters, the novelty definitely wears thin, and I can't say there were any moments that were making us really feel like we wanted to jump back into the game. Now, understanding the game, at least mechanically, is pretty straightforward. You do have asymmetric characters with their own abilities and simple caravan rules, but a very clear objective. That being said, the flow of the game is pretty clunky. We found ourselves constantly referencing the turn order and phase reference cards and double-checking interactions. It's not that hard of a game to learn, but it doesn't run as smoothly as I feel that it could. And enjoyment is definitely the hardest category to talk about. The actions in the game often felt very minimal, and the caravans moved at a serious snail's pace, going only 2 hexes along the map per turn. The threat of the sheep never felt very pressing, and instead of scrambling to keep up with our cargo during this onslaught, we were mostly just parked near the caravans, swatting sheep as they wandered in. The pacing was slow, the turns felt dull, and the tension seriously never really built. We just weren't ever worried about losing the game, and I felt like it took us hours just to move across the map. Overall, I've got to say that the sheep really fell flat for me. If a slower paced caravan escort game with quirky fantasy elements sounds up your alley, then this one may still be worth exploring, but for me and my game group, it was definitely much more of a trudge than a tense co-op adventure, and it's not one I'll be keeping on my shelf. All categories considered, I give The Sheep a true score of 4.8 out of 10.